says, Dear Freak Show, my son is 6 years old, has a big heart and a wild imagination. This kid makes you believe in magic. Every night before bed, he tells me stories, crazy, detailed, unbelievable stories from this kid's imagination about another life, another family. I thought it was just a phase when I would just hear him rattle off information until he said something that stopped me cold. He told me about a car crash. He said there was a red truck. Now, this is my 6-year-old, and he said a name, and he started mentioning months, and I looked it up, and the information seems real. There was a boy who was the same age as he who died in that exact accident 5 years ago. Mm-hmm. My son told me he wasn't that boy. He was the boy's twin. The one who should have died, but somehow didn't. Okay, I'm just going to interject. This is weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
He has a big imagination.
We'll go back to the letter, but I'm just pointing out. This sounds weird. Yeah. And like we shouldn't be reading this.
Why shouldn't we?
Just pointing this out there. Because if this is unleashing something, I don't want it to do that.
Oh, God.
This is one of them scary movie type things. Final Destination type stuff. All right, anyway. I'm going to go back to the beginning of this paragraph. It says, my son told me that he wasn't that boy. He was the boy's twin, the one who should have died, but somehow didn't. He said, I remember watching it happen, but then I woke up here. Needless to say, I'm freaking out a bit. I'm not sure what to think. Do you believe in this kind of activity, or should I chalk it up to my kid having, like I said, a wild imagination? Do you take a kid to a doctor, or is this a normal thing? I've been reading online. Some parents have experienced this same type of thing about a past life. Some of my other mom friends that I've confided in say not to worry about it, but it does happen. How can I just leave this alone?
I've read
Signed,
about.
Sincerely Scared.
I could understand being concerned as a parent. Yeah, I don't know necessarily what to do. I would pick his brain a little bit more. I have read about certain situations like this, and as they age, they seem to forget about their potential past life.
I'd move.
After like 7 or 8, they forget about that, and then they start honing in more on their own life. It's kind of like they forget it.
You never heard of this?
Now, what?
You never heard of this before?
No, I have never heard of this. If my child says, I was here before, I would leave that child in the house and call somebody to come pick him up.
Well, they always say...
I ain't coming back. I'm not coming back.
They always say kids are more susceptible to paranormal because they have a bigger imagination, their innocence, but also they're like more tapped in and have a greater sense of awareness because adults don't believe that.
Wow.
Nah, bro.
Yeah.
That's all right. That's all right.
Especially,
Listen.
No, hold on. Let me tell you. In the Hispanic community.
Stop.
In the Hispanic community, my mother, she talks to a doña or a babalao. Like this has to do with like brujeria. Yeah, essentially it's like a psychic.
What you say it was?
A brujeria?
A doña or a babalao. Like those are people.
Bro, you just keep saying stuff, man.
We don't know that. Is like a
break
woman.
it down for me. Who is the doña?
Like the doña is like she's pretty much like a
medium,
a witch lady. She's a medium, yes. And babalao is just the guy version of it.
I thought you said bacalhau.
Right. I mean, you were saying it too fast for us that don't speak it. So, babalao is somebody different than the doña.
So like the doña, it's just male and female.
Okay.
Anyways, I don't.
And your mama talks to these people.
She talks to them, and like I interpret my dreams through these people. Like I let my mom know these dreams, and she will go to them, and she'll let me know what they mean. Also, I've never said this out loud. But like I'm very in touch with paranormal. Stop. No, dead serious, yo.
This is spooky enough right now, and now we're gonna talk about you are possessed too.
I have goosebumps right now. I have seen ghosts. I've been to funerals and seen crazy things. Like I don't want to get too crazy in it.
You're crazy now.
I've had dreams. I had a dream that my sister was pregnant. Told her the next day, and then she told me. I had a dream about an accident. I'm pretty sure I talked about this one time in for Plead the Fifth. Dreamed about an accident. The very next day, I was in a 30-car pileup. My car did not get touched.
So some people are just very sensitive to stuff like this.
Yes.
Maybe it's a reincarnation at the same time.
Man, listen.
Maybe this kid was And then was reincarnated during the birth.
If you have a child that you've raised and your child ain't never been nowhere, and they just spit out, I'm from a different place, you have to leave.
You stay here, I'm running.
Yeah, you have to leave. That child can't stick around. How would I ever turn my back on that child? If they just spin around like, say, mommy, the voices are telling me something. Who do you take this kid to? I think that's the bigger part.
Church.
It ain't the fact. Is it church?
I don't know. Maybe that's a good place to start.
Because that might be something that you got to go, get him some time with this Monsignor.
Yeah.
Some holy water on him or something. Somebody has to be the expert on who talks to this kid.
Yeah.
You can't just send him to school.
I don't think that this is uncommon from the texts we're getting in.
People are saying, this is real. Rich ain't lying. Orlando is legit scared of Rich right now. That's the biggest one.
Yeah, I am.
But yeah, all these things, there's just some things that you cannot explain.
I don't like it. I want to be able to explain things about my 6-year-old. I'm sorry. That's just in my rule book. I don't feel comfortable with that. Let's just say
soul swapping.
Huh?
Soul
Some
swapping.
people call it soul
Who
swapping.
said that? Somebody texted?
Yeah.
See that? You swap souls with my kid, you're going to have to keep him. You're going to have to keep him. We have texts coming in here that are eerie. This text said, when I was a little kid, I had an imaginary friend named JR. My mom said that it would sound like listening to one end of a phone call whenever I was in my room by myself talking to him. She had gone to a psychic for fun, and they got on the topic of my imaginary friend. The psychic asked if my mother had ever had a miscarriage, and she did. The psychic asked what the baby's name would have been, and the initials were JR.
Whoa.
My mom was absolutely shook when she realized that coming from the psychic.
That's insane.
So the boy, if you believe this,
right, is
communicating with his former
brother.
sibling.
Yeah. Brother or sister. Yeah, that's insane.
And that's not worrying.
It's stuff you can't explain. You know what I mean? It happens quite frequently.
That feels like the dark side.
Oh my gosh, my son used to talk like this as well. My son used to tell us about his other family. I used to just let him talk about his siblings. Used to tell him to hush because he was talking crazy. My husband never heard him or ignored it every single time.
This is out of the 912. It says, when my son was a baby, his demeanor really made me believe he had been around before. He barely cried, only when he needed something, talked with his eyes, and would prop himself up with his hands behind his head at 6 months.
Oh my God, with his hands?
Yeah.
Like
Sitting like an old man.
Hey, mama, give me that milk.
Hey, can I get a little bit of that milk?
Right?
What?
Yeah, that's insane.
So he been here before. Okay, all right. Somebody said y'all must have never read the Bible.
Of course we have.
It says, you need to read the Bible more. The devil will only trick the minds of those who don't know the truth. All paranormal activity is the devil's mechanism. His demons form into your loved ones so that you believe this activity is real. Please read your Bible.
Out of the 813, I speak to dead relatives in my sleep.
Okay.
Doesn't happen all the time, but in times of distress. When my aunt got killed, she came to me in a dream, and so did my nephew after he was in a car accident the Super Bowl weekend about 2 years ago. Damn. Wow.
It's
I don't want to talk about it.
Are you starting to believe it?
I don't know. I'm not, but I just don't. I don't. This ain't something we need to be talking about. If this feels like it's tapping into something that we don't need to be involved in. We ain't experts at this.
We're not involved in it.
We are.
But there's
trying to
people
make sense of it.
Conjuring up something.
There's people here that have experienced this,
and
though.
they can experience that at their house. We ain't talking about it in here, which means somebody gonna pop up in the corner and and we gonna end up with you over here with your goosebumps and
Right.
and the daddy bar, yeah, Baba Daddy y'all, yeah.
Babalao.
And all of that other stuff is bro, this is.
Yeah, this one out of the 813, I want you to hear this. This is real, and the worst thing you can do is take him to the doctor or church. We reincarnate and we become ancestors. Now this goes against your Christian beliefs of there being a heaven or a hell, but yeah.
So your soul drifts into another body.
But I mean, okay. So they say don't take it to a doctor, don't take it to a priest.
Yeah.
So who are you supposed to take it to? Because you're taking this kid somewhere.
No,
like,
you don't.
If the kid is in there talking to a spirit,
yeah,
you don't just. What you supposed to do? Just be like, okay, I'm gonna close your door. I don't want to be rude. You're having a conversation. Well, like that's it. We can't take them nowhere.
I don't think there needs to be any steps taken necessarily.
We just had the NASA cat dolls go to the space.
Yeah.
Right, and we did all of that. And Elon had sent the remote controlled rocket to go get folks that was stuck up there. Like we got all of these really big developments. Mm-hmm. We ain't got nowhere we can take these kids that's in there talking to spirits.
You can. I just feel like it's unnecessary. I feel like just being an ear for your child and not, as long as they don't feel like there's an evil spirit or anything going on.
This is what it says. Stop acting like y'all didn't have J-Ray on before.
We've had J-Ray on before, and J-Ray is special because she's got that gift.
Yeah.
Not every kid that's just running around mumbling is talking to somebody. Yeah. Maybe they just being imaginary. Like imaginary friends are a thing.
Yeah,
you can do that.
But that's
but when you tell them something and you're 6 and they Google it and they're like, yo, this is real, that kid needs to be on somebody's radar.
That's a crazy coincidence, but it's still, I don't think you have to worry. I think you just tap into your son or your daughter's imagination and just pay attention to it.
Thanks for checking out our video. We really appreciate it, and I know you want some more, so make sure you hit like and hit subscribe right below.